and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, if you guys are tuning in right now, this to all of the subscribers, please guys keep in mind that I go live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 noon. We're calling that the lunch break special. Hashtag the lunch break special. Okay, that is when I go live at 12 noon. I got a comment from one of you guys saying, dang it, I missed the live again. So yes, this is just an announcement to you guys on the time slot for when I have with the Homemade Podcast Sports. Once again, it will be 12 noon. I go live on YouTube on Mondays and Wednesdays. This, guys, what you're hearing now is the older format, but this, what you guys are hearing now, is still a Homemade Podcast Sports. It's the lunch break special, but with these here that I release now, these will now be called the Extra Homemade Podcast Sports Edition. All right, this is the Homemade Podcast of Sports Extra Edition. All right, still hashtag lunch break special. All right, so guys, on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, I wanted to get into something very, very interesting with you guys, man. And I think I'm going to receive a lot of feedback from you guys that's going to sound really, really good because I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. In this latest edition, man, I'm going to go over wide receiver Evan Stewart, 5-star wide receiver Evan Stewart. He's from Frisco, Texas out there. I believe that he's the number 2 or number 3 ranked wide receiver in the class of 2022. He's down to about, I believe, 5 schools. I know Texas is one. He was the former Texas commit, but decommitted. So Texas is one. It's ironic because I think he decommitted a little bit after Quinn Ewers decommitted. So in all, both of those guys know something that we honestly don't know. But anywho, he decommitted from Texas. But Texas is still his top choice. All right, I want everybody to still please understand that young man is not committed yet. Texas is one of his choices. LSU is one of his choices. Alabama is one of his choices. Texas A&M is one. And I don't want to get this young man's stuff wrong, man, and announce a wrong commitment here, all right? So let me go on here to him. And I want to give you guys the official ranking of this young man. And of course, man, you guys have heard me mention this guy quite a few times. And if I'm mentioning him quite a few times, then it's something that I really, really like about this young man. He's a dynamic playmaker, and he's also the last 5-star in the 2022 class as of right now. He's the number 35 ranked player overall in the nation. All right. At his position, he's the actual number 4 wide receiver. Nationally 35. In the state alone of Texas, he's number 10. So let me go to him. And he's from Frisco, Texas. Now, that's what I do remember. So let me go to him. The guys that he's really, really high on. Okay, here it goes right here. This is his top 5 list. Florida, in which he took a visit to. Texas, he took a visit to. Alabama, I believe he took a visit or is going to take a visit. LSU, I believe he took a visit or going to take a visit. And Texas A&M will be the last visit, I believe, for him. But I believe he's going to squeeze another one in there somewhere. I believe Texas A&M is one of his ones that wasn't his top choice by all means. That was not one of his top 5 choices at first. But now it has become one of his top 5 in the last month and a half. If I'm looking at it correctly on here, I'm looking at these wide receiver rooms. Good God almighty. Florida has about 11 wide receivers in there. Texas has about 11. Alabama has about 11. LSU has 12. And A&M has 10. God dog. The commits, though, Florida has already 2 wide receivers committed. Texas 1. Alabama doesn't have any committed yet. LSU has 3 wide receivers committed. And of course, A&M has 1 wide receiver committed already. This young man has about 37 offers, man. But he's a true elite athlete, man. He's a 5-star wide receiver. So, anywho, before I go any further, though, I want to give you guys just a couple of updates on some things. These are the guys that just committed here, and I want to give these guys a huge shout out. I don't know how I keep on leaving these guys out. It'd be a lot that I'll be trying to express to you guys, and I only have a short amount of time to do it. So you guys gotta forgive me on that. The new Texas A&M commit, Ethan McCool. What is up with these last names? Forgive me, sir. But Ethan, the new A&M commit, the kicker, Ethan. That's what I'm gonna call him. His name is Ethan. He's an All-American Bowl. He's going to be the All-American Bowl kicker. Of course, this young man is not ranked, but he got invited to the All-American game. So that says a whole lot about his kicking game. We honestly didn't need a kicker, in my opinion, but we got him anyways. Hell, you can never have too many kickers because, like I tell you guys, man, you cannot sleep on any position on the football field, okay? So he's going to come in. He's going to get molded right. And to be honest with y'all, hell, we did need a kicker because the kickers that we do have, I think both of those guys are, one is maybe a senior or a junior. I know for sure one of them. But they may be both juniors, man. So, shit, you're going to need somebody behind these guys. But he has been selected to the All-American Bowl, as one of the top kickers in the country. He's from the Pacific Northwest. And where's he from? This young man is from Washington, I believe, man. Believe it or not. He is from Washington. Let me go in here. Let me see what's on our stuff here. Go to our commits. Yes, he's from Meade, Washington. Mead, Meade, Washington. I have no clue where that is, but I'm sure somebody will come on here and tell it. But he's from out there in the Pac-12 country, man. We went in there and stole one of their guys. He's one of the best kickers in the country for the 2022 cycle. And once again, he's been accepted to the All-American Bowl. So, yes, young man. Welcome to Aggie Land. Welcome, baby. You're going to love it here. And also, hell, he said it himself, man. He likes it out here. He felt like it was home. All right. So that's a good ways from Washington out there to come out there to College Station. So that young man felt like he's home. Hey, kudos to Jimbo Fisher and that recruiting staff. All right. That's a huge get right there. Also, this was another guy that was a talented young man, man. And he's coming in as a walk-on from the Woodlands, Texas out there. Let me go down. Where's he at? I don't think they have him on here. But he's also he's a walk-on. He's coming from the Woodlands, Texas out there. And that should be another good one, man. He's a offensive lineman. So he should be another good one, another talented duo bunch on that offensive line unit in which, quote unquote, has question marks from everybody around the country. So, hey, shout out to that young man and welcome to Aggie Land as well, baby. I told you this is a very, very special place to be right now. This is a very special place to be. All right, so let's get off into some other things here, guys. Former Texas A&M head coach R.C. Slocum steps down from the playoff selection committee due to health concerns. As you guys can remember, R.C., I believe he's still in the hospital or he may be out, but he was going through a little bit of health issues there. So I just want to point that out to you guys. Philadelphia wide receiver Kevin Thomas has Texas A&M in the final 5, just to keep you guys up on that. And that's about all I have for the breaking news. And also, man, defensive lineman. I don't know how I kept on forgetting him. I told you, we have way too many defensive linemen right now in which I cannot keep up with everybody. But this was another guy, man, that decommitted from Georgia in that 2021 recruiting cycle. Elijah Judy. Be looking for that young man to either be in a rotation. No, he's not going to take a red shirt. I'm sorry. It's way too much talent out there to take a red shirt right now. But anyways, man, just be on the lookout for him. Good God Almighty. But that was another talented guy who I couldn't put a finger on. For whatever reason, man, I could not put a finger on that young man. But he was another 2021 bunch. Be looking out for him to make an impact on that defensive line as well. So, anywho, guys, let's get off into what I was trying to solidify with you guys. So, where's he at? Here he goes. So, Mr. Evan Stewart. He is by far one of the most electric wide receivers out there in this 2022 cycle. The reason why I want to talk about Mr. Evan Stewart today is because of the simple fact of that, man, I was just sitting back last night and I was just thinking to myself, and this is how much I sit there and analyze things, man, and put things together. But I was sitting back and I was thinking about Mr. Evan Stewart last night. But not only him, but I was thinking about the potential impact that he will make for this wide receiver core for the future. You know, I can't say right now, but for the future. He will make a huge impact, a huge impact. But not only that, man, you have to think about the future and the impact that he will make because of this simple reason right here. Him and Damon Demons at the wide receiver position. Imagine if Damon Demons, in which we're all anticipating on seeing this year, that was another highly talented wide receiver. He was top 25 in the country when he came out in the 2020 cycle. So imagine this guy here who's the top 35 in the 2022 cycle and may just move up depending on how his season goes next year. Imagine him coming in the 2022 cycle and being a part of the Damon Demons, in which is going to be a junior, you know, because Damon Demons is going to his sophomore year. All right. So imagine him being a junior and Mr. Evan Stewart on the side of him, that's another 5-star wide receiver, being a freshman. He can have a breakout year. He can have a phenomenal breakout year. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm getting at. Imagine that. But not only that, imagine the 3 wide receiver combo. And when I say that, I mean this here. Imagine 2 elite wide receivers with an elite tight end. And it's not Jalen Watermeyer who I'm speaking of, people. Jalen will be gone. I believe that this is Jalen's last year. And I know that Jalen knows that this is his last year. He's way too valuable right now. This is his last year in College Station. And he's going to put on a show for this year, for sure. He's going to put on a phenomenal show. All right. But imagine a 3 wide receiver combo from 3 5-star personnels, in which, in my mind, I have not seen before. The only team that I can think close to have maybe done that in the past decade for sure is Alabama. I believe LSU is right there with them, who I believe who have done it. Like I said, I do not remember a team that has done it. They may have done it. Then again, it may have been Ohio State that was the last one to do it. By all means, I don't even much think that they had 2 5-stars looking at one another on both sides of the field. But anywho, the guy I'm talking about, who's a former 5-star and has yet to see the field yet, he's part of the 2019 class, Baylor Cup. Imagine all 3 of those guys being a threat at that wide receiver position at the same time on the field. Do you know what impact that can make for any quarterback that's throwing the ball? Do you guys know that can make a humongous impact on the future of this A&M wide receiver corps? That's huge. That's huge as hell in College Station. That's huge as hell in college football. I'm not going to act like the passing yards are just going to be out of this world, but it can be. It can be. Like I say once again, man, you guys have to vision this stuff. Vision him. First of all, vision Evan Stewart with his footwork. If you guys haven't seen some of that tape from the pylon 7-on-7, I believe, practice that they were having, go and watch the tape. That young man was 10 yards away from the end zone and put on a freakish footwork show that was out of this world. He literally danced, and then ironically, I found out that the young man had a TikTok and had over a couple of million followers because he loves to dance. That young man put on an unbelievable footwork show and must have made the cornerback look like he tripped over his feet. Not the cornerback feet, Evan Stewart's feet. It looked like the cornerback foot got caught up in Evan Stewart's feet, but the cornerback really got caught up on which way is he going to really go, and to the point where he crossed the cornerback and it looked like he had an invisible basketball in his hand. That's what it looked like. I need you guys to go and watch that tape, man. Please watch that tape and tell me how you guys feel about that, because I feel lit. I like that young man. And I want that young man here in Aggie Lane. I want him here. I believe Jimbo Fisher wants him here. I believe that wide receiver room wants him here. They want elite competitors to come and compete with them year in and year out. We already have Noah Thomas. Noah Thomas is by far going to be the next Chase Lane, in my opinion. That's unbelievable on route running, but Noah Thomas has speed. You know, and what did Chase Lane have? Chase Lane was known for his speed, not necessarily for his hands, but he's known for his speed. Chase Lane developed into his hands work. Now he has hands and speed. Imagine Noah Thomas out there with him, man, in a four-man rotation lineup. All of these guys. But Noah Thomas isn't the only one, man. We have a plethora of wide receivers on this roster. Too many of them for me to name at the moment. But I'm just talking about some, you know, like specifically. Also, he ain't much the only one. So you got to imagine Evan Stewart. Like I say, man, you guys have to go and watch his highlights. He's one of the most sought out wide receivers in the country. Okay? But you guys have to also put into mind of not only Evan Stewart, but Brennan Thompson, who's one of the fastest guys in the country right now. Wide receiver. You guys have to imagine these guys, man. But you put him. Let me see. Where is he at? Where is he at? He's in here somewhere. Where is he? Because this is a guy we're going for heavily. Chris Marshall. And Chris Marshall hadn't even much been playing football for that long. So people got to understand that. He has not been playing football for that long. I think this is only like his second year playing football. And he's that damn good. As of right now, nationally, he's 111. He's the 111th best player in the country. Position 13, state alone, he's number 22. Once again, he only played like 1 year or 2 years of football, man. This is another guy, 6'3", 195. Imagine all of these guys crowding that wide receiver room. That's competition, man. That's competition. The reason why I brought up Evans so much is because of the simple fact of that. Like I say, man, I like the young man. I like Mr. Stewart. he reminds me so much of Damon Demas to where it's crazy. It's a newer version. Hell, and we haven't even seen Damon Demas. That is so freaking crazy. We haven't even much seen him yet. You gotta imagine Evan Stewart would come in and probably most likely be a starter if he, balls out, the way he's supposed to. You can't just give him a starting spot. But if he goes in and balls out the way he's supposed to, that's a dangerous duo. Me, honestly, in my honest opinion, people can talk about A&M all they want to, but I don't believe that people would want to see that from A&M, because now we would start to look like, damn, man, okay, all right, this may be getting out of hand. Texas A&M is really pretty damn good. All right, and you can imagine if the quarterback is Haynes King, because if that play breaks down, Haynes is going to run. That's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Haynes is going to run. So you got to look at that wide receiver plus that other wide receiver combo and a tight end in the package, and then a quarterback that can run. And then that's not even much the only one. Because Isaiah Spiller, I believe that this is his last year too. So now you have to think about a lot of things going into play, because now you have to think about not only that, you got to think about LJ Johnson coming into the mix. He's there, people. LJ Johnson will play. All right, he will play. So now you got to think about LJ, and then you got to think about Keith Brown. That's just too many people now. I'm on one guy specifically, Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart, young man, if you're listening, no, this not you're trying to recruit me type of video. No, but I'm just telling you to understand the vision of what you would be down in Aggie Land. That's all I'm saying. All right. And with that, guys, we're going to wrap up the show right here. All right. This is the Homemade Podcast Sports. Once again, with your host, Jay Pops. I love all of you guys. Please, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button right below in the right bottom corner right there. The right bottom corner, man. Please, hit that subscribe button. Keep rolling, baby. You can get these anytime, all right? Also, guys, I don't want to leave without putting these in here once again, man. You guys know that I love to promote my wife's stuff. This is Dopeness Styles, and these are her eyelashes. These boxes are only $10. Get them for a limited edition. I'm going to put a limited edition on these. You can get these for $5 in the next 48 hours. You just leave that comment, email me. All right, leave that comment and email me. You can get these for $5, limited time only. All right, in the next 48 hours. Once again, I love all of you guys. #GigaMax.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page, and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMax.